and welcome to Flip the Coin podcast.
Basically, our discussion today, of course, is around dating and relationships during this crisis. But what I had asked of my guests this evening to think about, we're just going to dive in here since we have that time lapse there. What I asked them to think about were, what qualities are most important to you in your potential mate? And I'm not going to pick and choose. I'm going to let whomever, because I don't want nobody to get upset here, but whoever would like to start first, let's get it going. I know what mine's are, but I'm gonna allow someone else in the room or on the call jump in.
Well, in the making, I needed him to be tall like Jesus. I needed him to be very loyal.
Did she say tall like Jesus?
I did.
Okay,
tall like
Bible
Jesus is what she said.
State how tall Jesus was?
No, but you got your own imagination. He got to be very specific. And
True.
So I gave myself my details of what I wanted.
But what if Jesus is only 4'6"?
No, I made sure Jesus was 6 feet tall.
Okay. So it's your Jesus. Okay.
Yes, I felt like that cross he was dragging was pretty long.
Oh.
My Jesus was over 6 feet. Then it went down about 2 or 3 inches in the ground to hold him up.
Okay.
So I felt like he was tall.
Okay. It's
Okay.
okay. Got it. Okay.
So it's my own imagination.
Mm-hmm.
And so I felt like, okay, then he had to be someone that a real trusted friend, like a confidant.
Mm-hmm. Trustworthy. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to be tall, trustworthy, and what was the other one?
My confidant.
Your confidant. All right. Okay. Well,
I think I want to. Go ahead.
John. Go ahead. No.
No, I just wanted to. I wanted to tag on to the last one that the panelist said. She said a friend, a confidant, and I think that's something that I'm looking for in a mate, is someone that I can have a good time with, someone where we share the same interests and things like that, whether that's, whatever it could be, going out, going to a bar, drinking, eating, traveling, working out and things like that. I think that is my number one, is being able to build a friendship, with someone, and then being able to just chill, relax, and have a good time with them, through a friendship. I think is very important.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to jump in. This is Barbara, and I'm going to play devil's advocate. So what is the difference between a partner? Is that nothing more than just a friend?
What do you mean? Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
So I know a lot of people, when you talk about relationships, a lot of people say, oh, I'm looking for my best friend, my confidant. And we find that in various people who are just friends. So where do you draw the line? Is it because you have certain benefits?
Well,
or
this is sassy. I'll answer that, at least what I think. Well, for me, the way I would draw the line, to answer your question, one of the things that would differentiate whether or not this is the potential mate or just a friend type of thing, I look for their common interests, right? Someone that has a lot in common with what I like to do, because there's nothing like being involved with somebody that is complete opposite. So, as you know, I like to travel, I like to have fun, I like to get out on the water and do all those fun things. But if the other individual is more of an introvert than I am, and they like to just stay home, like them homebodies, then that can pose a barrier or some conflicts in the long run. I look at their intelligence, you know what I mean? I look for that intellect. I need someone that can actually hold a conversation on any matter or subject and do not say, you know what I'm saying, like every 5 seconds. Lord Jesus knows that drives me up a wall, right? So it's one of those things. And then the other thing that would differentiate, my list is pretty short, I don't want to say it's long, but I also look for honesty, right? Because I am a very direct and open and honest person. Like, I'm not going to shoot the breeze or, man, you know what? No, I think I flagged this call to be explicit. I don't shoot the shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna bring it on out there. I don't shoot the shit. So it's one of those things like, in order to keep my interest, or even to, you know what I'm saying, just get any time of mine, I need you to just be 100. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need all that. Oh, this is the first phase of dating, or this is the first phase of getting to know you. Okay, yes, I get there's a black book. I get there's rules. I get all that. But what I need to know is, how real are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, let me see the real you. Let me see what you look like in 90 days today, not 90 days down the line. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gets deep. And then it's like, the other thing I look at, because, yeah, I always think long term. I don't think about just right now. I look to see, okay, is this somebody I can really be with in the, like, 10 years from now? Meaning they have to have marriage potential. You know what I'm saying? So I used to have this tagline on my social media that said, I would like to have my equal or greater than. You know what I'm saying? I need somebody that's equal to me or better than me. So then that way, not only is it like, okay, it's a competition or I have something to reach for or anything like that, but it's more around the lines of, okay, we on the same page. Your goals is right here, mine's is right here. Your aspirations is here, mine's is right here. You know, like, we're just really partners in crimes, as Renisha mentioned earlier. Like, you just want and need to find your match. So
yeah, for me, I just would like someone who's, one, we're compatible, that we have the same interests, whether it's sports, whether it's just relaxing, and someone who's not into all that extra arguing and debating about everything. You know, I go to work every day. I have a very hard job. I've been on my job a long time. So when I come home, I want to relax. Are you going to make me laugh? Are you going to rub my feet? Or are you going to start talking about stuff and challenging me on everything that comes out of my mouth? So those kind of people make me really, really tired, and I avoid them. So just being compatible, I don't really need a whole lot of that extra stuff, because I'm 52 and I already have most of the things that I need as far as survival. Sure, there are other things that I may want, but I don't need them. I have the things that I need. So now, just make me happy, make me comfortable. So that means none of that lying stuff, because I don't want to have to be wondering, and, oh, was he telling the truth about that? And so that part, if you show those things, no, I'm not interested. So let's just be happy and compatible, and none of that arguing stuff.
Yeah, nobody got time for arguing. Somebody you can go out with. Okay.
Oh, would you be able to be in? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, nothing is, well, at least I know for me, nothing's set in stone. But I definitely need somebody that can keep that has the same, you know, energy, you know.
Well, at the end of the day, you're always going to have some differences, and it's good to have differences in a relationship, because if you were the same all the way across the board, then you can't grow from each other, you can't learn from each other, right? And you don't want somebody that's your full equal, but you do want a lot of more similarities than differences. And I'm okay if you don't do all the things that I do.
I have to second that. Yeah, I think it's just about being comfortable in the relationship, and with comfortability comes compromise. There are things that she's going to enjoy, and there's things that he's going to enjoy, and there's things that you're going to enjoy together. And I think that's very, very important. We change, you know, it's a part of life. It's human nature to change. We go in different directions, we live different lifestyles, but at the end of the day, you have to have the understanding that.
What qualities do you guys look for when you're looking for your potential mate, or that lady who you about to I don't like to use the word chase, but the woman who you're getting ready to invest your time with?
Entertain.
Yeah, initially.
I mean, everything has. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, initially it's about your connection. Yeah, what y'all see in each other. I mean, it could be, I guess at first for a lot of people it's visual, and then from there it's y'all find likenesses. You know, things that y'all together like to do, places you like to go, just being able to, you know, in the beginning, it's you feeling each other out, and so you going from your connection to then something a little more deeper, like don't know. I guess when it's soulmate, like it's some inner just tells you something about them. I mean, something you get confirmation from someone.
So you go off vibes or energy that the other person is giving you. That's what you drive on, or that's what drives you, right? So obviously you already have an interest if you already spoke and exchanged numbers and went on a few dates, but you're seeing or looking at the energy that is being reciprocated or not, right? So, and I heard that, and it's funny because that was my other question, like, do people believe in soulmates? But anyway, so with that being said, though, then the next, I'm gonna get to you, John, but I guess where I would go with that would be around, if the vibe is kind of, shaky, right? Because it could be hot. I mean, the honeymoon, as they call it, the honeymoon phase is always live, right? But then there comes that plateau where it's like, okay, yeah, we've been seeing each other for a couple of months or whatever, and it's kind of getting flat. Like, are you the spontaneous one that try to get things sparked again, or are you the one that's gonna like put it on the woman and be like, okay, let me feel her, let me see what she gonna do, you know what I mean? So then the tables turn when that plateau comes.
So, and all that, try to stay in discussion, like talking about your relationship, talking about, I guess, as you get deeper, you're going to talk about things that's going to help boost the relationship, keep the fire going. Like I said, everybody has their confidence. Everybody have. I mean, not that you can't be in agreement on everything. So you got to be in talks about how do we agree to disagree,
right?
And work through that.
What's your say, John? I hear you over there shuffling.
No, I'm listening. I agree with what everybody else is saying, and so that's why I didn't say too much, because I don't want to beat a dead horse. But having that connection, having similarities, but at the same time also respecting your partners or the person that you're interested in, their boundaries, and not forcing them too much outside of their comfort zone. I feel like it's important to do things that are different, but then you also have to be aware of your partner and where their limits are, and not push them too far out there. So I feel like, you want to still be able to, have similarities. You want to still be able to grow and step outside of that comfort zone, but at the same time, it's not too far out there. And I think one of the other panelists said, and then also being okay with some of the things, that you guys do, maybe that person is just not going to be interested in. And so if my partner is interested in going into the opera or something like that, and that's not something that I'm interested in, then I'm just going to let her go ahead and do her thing. And I'm not going to stop her from doing her thing. But hopefully she can respect me and understand, baby, that's not my thing. So I'm not going to go to the opera, but I'm not going to stop you from going either. So just that mutual understanding, I think, is important as well.
Well, no, it's all about communication, because it's some things that you're going to have to do that you don't like. But in order for you guys to accept each other's differences, because we might have more things we don't like, so then that means you're going to keep excluding yourself. So sometimes you have to be open-minded and still go whether you like it or not. It may not be your first choice, but you can tolerate it and go with them, because the role is gonna reverse at some point, and you're gonna want your partner to go. So we're gonna keep excluding each other from everything, because we're still trying to be ourselves, and we might as well be ourselves.
It's about a compromise. I hear you.
But in all honesty,
I think the question is.
One moment, John.
Yeah.
In all honesty, if it's that many things that the person doesn't like, then you're probably not that compatible anyway. There should be a few, but if it's that many, why did I even like you anyway?
Because he was tall, dark, and handsome. No, I'm just kidding. So go ahead. Yeah. Because I agree with. I'm just piggybacking. I really agree with a little bit of what all you are saying, but I guess just to sum it up or put a dot on it, is more about you want to support the other, right? Because there's always a yin and a yang. So yeah, you may not, or you may want to go to this opera and she doesn't, or vice versa. But it's one of those things where it's like, all right, I pick up, you don't really like it, but the next time we'll do something that you want to do. I mean, I really believe in order for any relationship to be successful, whether it's a platonic one or one that's more intimate, it's really about compromising. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to always like what the other person do. Point blank and period. But to D's point, Miss D point, so we got all these D's in the room. To her point, it's one of those things where, yeah, if you got too many differences, it's time to sit down and kind of recalculate here. You know what I mean? Because like Ursha's song, don't waste my time. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't got time, you know, but I do enjoy a little bit of everything. You know, people should, or some people do.
So here we go flip the coin, because one of your callers said, what's the most important about commonality is conversation, sex, TV, and shower. Well, we hope everybody is showering.
Well, wait, before
She said, we hope everybody is showering.
Let's reel it back. Wait. I saw that, but let me get here before we go to that, because that was a good point. What's important to them. So before we even get there, can I ask everybody in the chat, everybody on the phone, everybody in the room, can y'all tell me something? Let me in on the tea here. Let me know. How are people meeting? At the bar. Wait. How are people meeting today? Are they? Because you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I try to be a little flexible to someone's point out there. I try. But, yeah, some stuff just, you know. Because when we talk, right, we just talked about quality, and I'm sitting here going, well, God damn, like, that ain't gonna work. You know, like, so we're our people. I want to go around the room real quick before we get to the comment about the showering and all that. We gonna get there.
You know, it's funny because I was wondering if that was a typo, and did they mean TV shows instead of?
They want a Netflix and chill type of boo.
Yeah. So yeah. Let me know, y'all. What's the tea? Where we meeting everybody at?
A little bit of everywhere.
But what's everywhere?
I've done online. I've done chat groups. I've done gas stations. I've done church. I've done.
Let your friend hook you up.
I don't know about that one.
I mean that's like not like throughout. I've tried different angles and the results have been the same. So I'm open to all of them. It's not like one has been better than the other. To be honest.
But were you able to find any of these qualities that you mentioned earlier in any of those venues or?
Absolutely, I have. Some of the issues that I found that they had in common, a lot of them were whores, and you don't know they're a whore until you get to know them.
Okay, wait. Define whore for me though. What makes them a whore?
Because I don't sleep around. I'm like, if I find that one, I lock into that one, especially with my body. And if he's giving his body to more than just me, he's a whore.
Okay. And we don't care if you shower.
Right. Okay. No, that was good.
Yeah, so, you know, that's been like, if he's a liar, he's going to be a liar online, or the guy at the gas station. All of them have the potential to be liars. Not saying all men are liars, but some of them will say.
So then the flip side, according to the guys, what about the girls? Because we could be liars too, right? We could be manipulative and conniving just as well.
I ain't got time.
Well, we don't either. So then they go to the age thing.
I don't hang with too many women that are that way.
Y'all can't say back in y'all 20s, y'all had 3 or 4 boyfriends at a time.
I never did. That's not what we said. That's not what we said. That's not what we said.
We grow into maturity. How about that?
I was always afraid of getting shot.
Oh.
I kept to myself.
You kept to yourself.
Nobody running up on me, no.
Anybody else want to chime in on that? Where y'all meeting people? Where y'all meeting potential dating partners?
Wait, I got caller, I don't know who this is. It said because we always, it's always the freaks we love the most. The freaks, yes.
Oh, okay.
Lord, I have to figure out
Another way of a whore.
why I can't see these people.
I don't know. I'm just scrolling through.
Okay, so Dr. Houston sent in a comment. He said, "Did someone say gas station?"
She did.
While you're getting your gas,
She did.
this guy got to pull up while you're getting your gas.
She's
He's like,
right.
"Hey, how you doing?"
You know what?
She is correct.
That is what I absolutely miss about living in the South. Because, when there was a time when I did relocate, right? And I got my 2 kids in the car. And, I'm a Cali girl. So here I am rolling up. I'm at the gas station. And this brother pulls up to the pump behind me, but I'm not tripping. I'm still in my Cali mindset. So I'm like, all right, go in and pay my gas, come back out to the pump. He like, I got you, sis. I was like, no, sir, I ain't got $5. I ain't got $5. I got this. He's like, no. We don't let our women pump gas, fix, put air in their tires. And I said, well, I moved to the right state, so I appreciate that. We don't have that out here. So it's like, okay, cool. And he and I are friends to this day. And that was like 10 years ago, right? So you're right. Yeah, you can meet somebody at a gas station, the grocery store. I don't know about church, though.
I ain't met that person at church.
I ain't met man.
Okay, so I have to chime in on that one because yes, I have met someone or people or significant others, whatever, at the gas station, but I'm not messing with gas stations no more because the last time I met somebody at a gas station, I had a son.
He followed you home?
I had a son.
No more gas
He
station.
followed you home? I had a son.
Okay.
Oh, you one of them ones that, okay. I see.
Yeah, and to your point, he was from the South.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with Southern brothers. I'm sorry.
I don't like being singled out. I am a Southern brother.
Well, speak on it then. Like, I'm just saying, like, yeah.
We talk.
Yeah.
We gentlemen.
Yeah. That is the differentiation
Yeah, his
between
slip
them.
slide tongue slid me right on in.
That's some Tennessee stuff, though. But, you understand.
The niceness.
So let me ask y'all this. Is it the man's? Okay, so once y'all meet these potential guys,
Don't
even y'all meet these potential guys or women. Okay, fellas, y'all gonna appreciate this one. Hold on, let me scoot in so making sure y'all hear me. So let's just say you done met your guy, you done met your girl, whatever. Is it the man's responsibility always to ask the woman out?
Yeah.
Yes.
No. No. I'm sorry, was that question for the guys only?
No, anybody can chime in, but I'm just curious, like, like back in back in high school, okay, yeah, that's today.
No.
Back in our time, it was called the Sadie Hawkins, right? So it was kind of like flip the table, like don't wait for the guy to ask you, you just go ahead and speak up, like because everybody is shy, everybody's timid, everybody has a certain level of confidence, whether they're gonna shoot their shot or whatever. So if you at a gas station, you at church, you somewhere, and you just don't know if this is a place you're going to visit again, you're going to tell me if it's a good-looking brother, a good-looking sister here, you just going to let them walk by? Because it's supposed to be the... Come on, help me.
Wait.
I have never, and I probably would never ask a guy out first.
Okay.
However, I don't have a problem speaking to him first or giving him a compliment first or getting his attention. I don't have a problem with that, but I've never been in a position where I wanted to go on a date and then I ended up asking him because he didn't ask me. Usually, if I say hello or we get in the conversation,
the smile in the eyes.
The smile, but then they end up asking me out. So I haven't had to.
Okay, so
from a man's perspective, let a man go ahead and jump in real quick.
All right.
Okay. John, before you, John.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dr. Houston sent another message. He said, I like to meet women in the grocery store to see what they're buying. Top ramen is a turnoff.
Right. Go read the comment.
Ain't nothing wrong with a cup of noodles now.
And then we got Kiara that says back in times, it's no longer back in times. People need to, people in times evolve, so we all have to keep up.
Amen. Give her a star if it's an option
Star for
to do
Kiara, girl.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the whole point of this here. Cause like, I'm sorry, I don't do the rules. I don't.
Right.
I don't know who wrote them until somebody can give me a link, point me to a book, and let me meet the man or the woman that wrote this stuff. Hallelujah. I buy that dinner.
Annie Baby says, sorry, but the eggs don't chase the sperm. So,
oh
yes,
my
it's
goodness.
a man's responsibility.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
All right. Okay.
At that point, you're gonna have to have a man's perspective in here. Y'all just taking over it right now, so y'all gonna have to have a man's perspective right now. We're gonna have to shut that down real quick.
Okay, you got the floor.
Now let me say. Now I'm gonna take my time with this because I got to figure out how to articulate it the best way. But I'm just gonna put it out there. all I'm saying is, when you approach it that way, and a woman feels like that she cannot, approach a man or speak to a man or anything like that, I feel like you do yourself a disservice, and I feel like you almost put yourself on a pedestal, and you already are creating an imbalance between the man and the woman. And now the woman is up here and needs to be chased, but then where does that put the man?
Whoa.
And so let me hold on. I gave y'all. I gave y'all. Let me get a little bit of time. Let me get a little bit of time. Right. Now how I was raised, what my auntie told me, my auntie would tell me, be aware of aggressive women who chase after you and tell you or ask you, hey, we gonna go out, or hey, give me your number, this, that, and the other. Now, obviously, that is kind of a concern, but you can go about it in a strategic way where you can let the man know that you are interested without being aggressive and going after him in an aggressive manner. You can still say, hey, how you doing? You can still put these little cues out there to let him know, put a little bait out there to let him, bite onto it and let him be the man and chase after it.
I don't mean to interrupt, but all men don't know how to read,
Lord.
and half of them are blind. So come on.
Dr. Houston says a man.
Dr. Houston says a man has to make himself approachable.
Approachable is the word.
I'm just saying.
But then when is a man not approachable? What makes him not approachable?
When he always in the gym.
When he always surfing on his phone.
You don't want him at the gym? He can't work on his physique?
No, the gym is fine.
The gym is fine, John. I was just shooting. You're good.
So yeah, I just feel like we also gotta, when it comes to relationships, we have to be careful about this power dynamic of putting this person up here and this person down here, and now this person has to work as hard and do all these things. I think that both people, need to come together and find a way to make it equal so that, both people are important, and both people should feel important.
Well, Will told us women want exactly what they don't want. What's that, Will?
What they don't want?
Yeah, so we say we want all this stuff, but as soon as we get that man, we don't want that shit.
I disagree. Yeah. I ain't never heard that one.
Me neither.
Will, how far close are you? Because I need explanation.
Right, and you can't be on this chat thing. I can't read no paragraphs.
I wonder if he's referring to when a nice guy.
Here's his response. You want a good guy, you end up with a dude that treats you like trash.
And then when we get the good dude, we run his ass away because we ain't used to that shit.
There you go. There you go.
Okay. Well,
that's a different twist, Will. Thank you for that.
I still beg to differ, and I need Will to speak for himself because I didn't interpret that comment.
He said that the food guy is always the friend. Well, stop delivering food, damn it. No, I'm just
Nice guys.
Well,
nice guys finish last.
He just
Right, the good guy does finish last. That is true. That is true. Well, since that it sounds like that. I mean, John, I'm sorry. I just have to say that is very traditional. I don't see an issue with a woman. I have not done it. Let's put that out there first. I have not asked the man out first, but I do not see it being aggressive if the woman offers to go out, because here's why I say that. I think it really comes down to who paying that bill, because that, who should pay on the first date anyway? Is it the person that
is a great
for,
question. That is a great question.
Or is it more of, well, the guy should pay. He's supposed to be the provider. He's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Again, talk to me. I'm just saying.
No.
I'm sorry.
Who asked for the date?
Might be a little different.
I'm just asking.
So tell them your perspective, D.
I mean, my perspective is the male pays. I mean, like I said, it's
Would you be okay with a woman asking you out though?
I don't personally.
Okay.
And kind of hear what Jonathan's saying. Nobody wants somebody that's not a guy. You don't want one just totally chasing you, like too aggressive. So showing interest is a difference. Showing interest, and then if you got that common interest, then y'all pursuing. And so
pause right there. So before you get to that part, that's my point. It's like, okay, just because a woman asks you out, that defines her as aggressive, versus it's a woman that, oh, I know what I want. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit here and wait for this guy to sit here and decide whether or not he wants to, you know what I mean? Because you do meet, right? I mean, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here, because you have men who are timid.
I feel like you gotta show
You can wink, you can cross an eye, cross your leg, and you can do all these little things.
You can show interest, and if there's a common interest, then that man is gonna approach you.
I see what you're saying.
Well, Jay went through a whole range.
He gonna pick up on that.
I ended up dating somebody briefly off of me walking past a window. And it really didn't work. But I was like, nah.
Was it because she approached you first?
Through somebody else.
Okay. Well, okay.
Kiara said it's
Sierra.
Dutch unless someone says.
Is it Sierra who says it's Dutch unless someone else says it's different?
Kiara.
Okay. And she says she always offers to pay for her own meal.
Amen, girl, because we don't want them to feel like they got nothing coming later. I get you, Kiara.
So see, that's what I'm saying. All I hear in every response so far is tradition, rules, tradition.
No, for me,
rules, tradition.
For me, I'm prepared to pay. If he pulls out to pay, then go ahead, pay. If I see hesitation, then I'm gonna pay. But I don't like Dutch. That's embarrassing to me. Like, even when I go eat, I don't even like to always split the bill.
Okay.
Unless I just, I just prefer to you pay or I pay.
And I think that's why you and I probably connect, because I'm so opposite. So last year I kind of tried to dibble and dabble into the dating scene. I was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm gonna get back out here. I'm gonna try some stuff. But in me trying, I was totally opposite of you. It was pretty much Dutch. The bill would come and here's my cash or here's my card. Put my half on here. And I would literally get looked at sideways. And the gentleman that at the time, he was very offended by it. But I was looking at him like, I'm still filling you out, because I'm in the mind, not necessarily it's the mindset, but it's one of those things where it's easier for me to detach knowing that you didn't invest your finance or too much of your time. So me offering to take care of my bill and myself during this little escapade in the beginning, it's really a safeguard for me, because then when it's said and done, if it don't work out, I don't feel some sort of way like, oh, I owe him, or oh, that was bad, I just used him. You know what I mean? Like, this is why I do it.
Well, Dr. Houston said.
That happens, though. But so, at the same time, like you said, he felt some type of way, so he felt pushed. Like, we not going to get this connection. the whole time.
They feel like you're too independent if you don't allow them to play the male role.
But okay, so here's a pause on that. The reason I would argue that is that is judgmental. That's a judgment.
No.
Hold on. Hear me out. The reason I say that that's a judgment is because it's just the first date. You cannot judge the book by its cover. Just because the woman decides to go Dutch, I don't feel like a gentleman should say, oh, she's too independent. First off, you should be happy that she's done that, because a lot of y'all complain anyway when you always got to pay. So I think the first date should just be the marker. It's not to set the tone to say that, oh, she's independent. Now, if you go on 2, 3, 4 and more dates and she's still doing this, then yes, I agree to have that tone or that mindset like, oh, she too independent or she too good, she don't want me to do. I get it. But the first date, I don't think that should apply. That's just my opinion. I don't think it
so. Then
apply.
I wonder if this is how you can approach it then, because I hear all of these different opinions and there's no right way to go about it. You got left, right, up, down, and things like that. So I wonder if the solution is to just communicate and have a conversation about it. And then, but then my question. But then a thought-provoking, question would be, how do you go about having that conversation in a way that doesn't offend somebody? I think that is a good question.
Well, first off, once y'all realize y'all have commonalities, it's hard for you to really offend that person if you guys got so many similarities. You should be able to be yourself. And if they are offended, then they should be able to be comfortable in that space and say, you know what, John, you really offended me, and you guys could address it in an adult manner and move and figure out how you moving from there.
Okay. Because I will tell you. Oh, go ahead.
No. I was just going to agree with both. I think that might have been Renisha speaking and you, John, as well. I think it's one of those things that even if it's not a conversation prior to the date, at the table, you can get a feel for certain things. And if a woman pulls out to pay, because I'm one of those women too who have no issue with paying for the bill, for my portion of the bill. So if I pull out to pay my portion of the bill and he says, you know what, no, I got this, please let me take care of it, and you push back, then that sends a different message than you say, you know what, okay, well, I'll get you on the next time, or however you want to end that. If you don't want to make any empty promises, then however you choose to close that out. I think there's always a way through communication to handle those types of situations.
Right. I think the simple way would probably be, since we talked about whoever asked whoever out, they should probably pay for the date.
That's what I feel.
Now that's where I feel like oh, she's too independent. Even though I have done that as well, because and it's not about who. Again, it's ego, right? Ego, man. I don't know, because this gentleman, I'm not gonna do that.
For me, I think I've spent enough time on the phone first, like already having a phone conversation, to where he ends up saying, "Hey, let's go get something to eat," or he ends up, because I'm having conversations with him first. I don't think I've ever met anybody who said, when I first met them, and then they invite me out to eat instantly and then pop up at the restaurant, so it's awkward. I've never had that. I usually have already gotten to know them before I even had the date. Because I'm not going on the date if I don't like you already, just getting along. That dinner, if I'm sitting at that table and I don't know you yet, it's going to be awkward, and I don't like awkward dates.
But what if life just throw you one of those curveballs where it's just in the spur of the moment? You didn't have all that time to really interview the guy.
Then he asked me, because I would never ask anybody spur of the moment, because I need to already like you. And if he thinks he's feeling me, or he has a short amount of time, then I'm expecting him to pay. Why ask me?
Let me give you a different one. So you work not too far from here, right? And you happen to walk over into the grocery store, and the gentleman say, "Hey, how are you doing?" He worked his little magic or whatever, and he's like, "Hey, would you like to go grab some coffee or a sandwich down the street?" You'd be like, "Oh, sure, yeah." You trying to tell me you gonna say no?
Even if I did say yes, I'm definitely not paying for that, because I'm totally off guard. He just invited me out instantly, and I'm
not going out with nobody instantaneously. It ain't happening.
Right? Like, no, you just walk in the store and ask me.
You're a creep. You might be a creep. Yeah. Nope.
Thank you so much for listening. And remember, if you want to support what I do, please share, subscribe, and leave a review for me on any one of the podcast platforms that you choose. That's all for now, but I'll see you in the next episode of Flip the Coin.